Journey into the heart of the abyss, where every layer holds secrets darker and more perilous than the last. Ready for the ultimate exploration? Let's dive in. Welcome back to the bakery. Today I've baked up a deep dive into the abyss, the mysterious hole that has captivated and terrified adventurers for generations. From the lush, safe first layer to the unknown depths of the Final Maelstrom. We'll explore each layer's unique environment, dangers, and the strains of ascent that curse it. But first, let's touch on a key feature that affects every delve, the force field. The force field is an invisible barrier that impacts every delver's journey through the abyss. Its strength increases as you go deeper, leading to increasingly severe effects on those who attempt to ascend. This is called the strains of ascent. Layer 1, the edge of the abyss. Its depth is from 0 to 1,350 meters. You need to be at least a red whistle to enter this layer. The first layer is the most accessible part of the abyss, right beneath the town of Orth. It features a sunny environment with grassy rock faces, petrified trees, and relatively harmless wildlife. Scattered throughout are preying skeletons, intriguing yet non-threatening relics from the past explorers. The first layer of the abyss is actually used as a training ground for young explorers. The strains of ascent in this layer is light dizziness and nausea. Despite its mild danger level, predators from deeper layers occasionally invade, such as the crimson splitjaw that we saw in the first episode. The lack of significant treasures or artifacts can make this layer less enticing for serious delvers. Layer 2 is the Forest of Temptation. The depth is 1,350 meters to 2,600 meters. You need to be at least a blue whistle to enter this layer. Moving on to the second layer of the abyss is when it truly starts getting dangerous for the explorers who delve it. Transitioning into the Forest of Temptation reveals a more dangerous and deceptive environment. Large vegetation and dangerous creatures dominate this layer. The inverted forest, with its upside-down trees, is a notable feature. The Seeker Camp, an outpost established in the giant porter tree, serves as a critical resting point. The weakened force field here necessitates the establishment of the Seeker Camp by Ozin and her subterranean bandits. The strains of ascent for this layer is intense nausea, headaches, and numbness of limbs. The Forest of Temptation is home to many creatures I wouldn't want to touch with a 10-foot pole. First, you would be met with corpse weavers that will try to trick and deceive you into a trap. Then, if you manage to survive, you would most certainly be caught by an Inbio, as they will travel across the inverted forest much, much faster than you could. This layer also has Autobars and Yurakuri. In water sources in the second layer, there is also Rohana that probably are no good either. Quick disclaimer, I am sorry if I pronounce any of these names wrong. They do not roll off my tongue well. Layer 3, the Great Fault, which I always thought was the Great Fall, but Great Fault. Depth, 2,600 meters to 7,000 meters. You have to be at least a moon whistle and above to enter this layer. The Great Fault is marked by a 4-kilometer vertical cliff, surrounding by a complex cave network. That's it. This layer is nothing but a giant hole. The strains of ascent in this layer is vertigo, visual and auditory hallucinations. The Great Fault presents extreme climbing challenges and is fraught with the constant threat of dangerous creatures and psychological effects from the curse. This layer is notorious for its challenging terrain and aerial predators like crimson splitjaws and the Madokajaks. Ascending this layer is a huge danger. The only way it seems viable is using the cave system surrounding it, but try not to get caught by an Amaka game on the way up. Layer 4, the Goblet of Giants. Its depth is 7 kilometers to 12 kilometers, and you have to be at least a black whistle or above to enter this layer. Known for its humid jungle, giant vines, and these giant goblet-shaped structures that hold water. This layer also features the Garden of Flowers of Resilience at 9 kilometers. Despite its beauty, the dangers here are significant, and the strains of ascent are intense pain throughout the body and bleeding from every orifice. The Goblet of Giants is a perilous environment, where even the stunning sights can't mask the lethal threats from the local creatures, such as the Orb Piercer, a large porcupine of death. Layer 5, the Sea of Corpses. Its depth is 12 kilometers to 13 kilometers. You have to be at least a white whistle to enter this layer unless you are accompanied by a white whistle. This layer is the widest horizontally and contains a monster-filled sea supported by a layer of thick, slimy water. It is the last layer where one can still bear the curse and return alive. Idofront is an ancient ritual site turned outpost by Bondrewd, serving as the gateway to the 6th layer. The strains of ascent in the 5th layer are complete sensory deprivation, confusion, and self-harming behaviour. The Sea of Corpses offers no respite from its dangers, including extreme sensory overload and the challenge of navigating its monstrous inhabitants like the Stingerhead, a 7-tailed scorpion-like creature that ambushes its prey. Layer 6 is the capital of the Unreturned. Its depth is 13 kilometers to 15.5 kilometers. Only white whistles with their crew can make their final dive into the 6th layer. This layer is infamous for its lethal conditions. The rumoured Golden City, covered in crystal ruins, lies deep within, but survival is rare. Creatures of irrational danger and occasional geothermal explosions make this layer one of the most enigmatic. The strains of ascent in this layer is complete loss of humanity or death, or under specific conditions, the blessing. Survival is nearly impossible as the effects of the curse manifest in the most severe ways, often resulting in irreversible transformations or death. This layer is packed full of dangerous creatures, stronger than even the Orb Piercer, as seen at the end of Season 2. Some of the most notable ones are Amaranthian Deceptors, Emperor Shells, Sicklehorns, Urangapudus, Fuzu Shepu, and last but not least, the most deadly creature in this layer is a Turbinid Dragon. The Turbinid Dragon will attack anything that enters its territory. It is so powerful that it can even hurt Reg's body. One of the most dangerous things in the 6th layer is actually for a human, and that's the lack of clean, drinkable water. That is what took out all of Wazikin's group. Layer 7, the Final Maelstrom. Its depth starts at 15.5 kilometers, and we don't know how far down this thing goes. There honestly might even be an 8th layer, and if you want to hear more about that, check out this video. The whistle level for this layer, honestly, all rules are off at this point. If you've made it to the 6th layer, enter the 7th, it's up to you. The Final Maelstrom is the deepest known layer of the Abyss. Little is known about it, except for rumours passed down by white whistle delvers. Legends speak of a ring-shaped entrance called the Eye, and mysterious gatekeepers guarding the path to the Abyss's bottom that look a lot like Reg. The strains of ascent for this layer is allegedly certain death, although that's not confirmed yet. Theories about this layer include fatal conditions and unknown perils that make it the ultimate frontier for those daring enough to explore it. Although we don't know for sure, it could honestly be like some sort of beautiful heaven. It could be the Golden City that we thought was in the 6th layer. Honestly, until Season 3 or maybe even 4, which could be 4, 8, 10 years, who knows? We're not going to find out. That's it. We've journeyed through each layer of the Abyss, uncovering the unique characteristics and dangers that define this dark and mysterious hole. Whether you're a seasoned delver or a curious explorer, the Abyss remains a realm of death. Remember, in the Abyss, every descent is a gamble and every ascent is a struggle. Stay curious and stay safe. If you enjoyed this exploration, don't forget to hit that subscribe for more deep dives into the worlds you love. Hit that bell icon to stay updated on all my latest content. If you like Made in Abyss, make sure to check out this video here and see you in the next one.